From the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Chuck Todd and John Mercurio.
It's Hotline TV. I'm Chuck Todd.
And I'm John Mercurio. Reports out this week indicate that former Congresswoman Anne Northup is at least considering a bid for Kentucky governor this year. That got us thinking, Chuck, who are some of the ex-congressmen who lost in 2006 who might become future governors or senators in 2008?
Well, Anne Northup, remember, she was the one early on in a December show. We pegged her as, you know, the biggest of all the losers, the one that could end up being the biggest winner.
Sure. Because
she wasn't going to, if she had won re-election, she wouldn't have run.
She hails from the most Democratic part of Kentucky. If she can lock up that part, she can run statewide.
And it's clear,
she was always considered a pretty good statewide
It was
candidate.
always, you know, it always seemed like, I always joked with the DCCC, you guys are creating a future governor or a future senator by targeting her so much and making her so good at what she does. So she gets as that primary. All of a sudden, what seemed like a sure pickup for the Democrats, actually, I think suddenly comes into doubt.
Sure.
And Northup would be.
But what's interesting about it, if you look at the list of people who were defeated, she really stands out as one of the only people who has an opportunity.
You feel like has a future.
Well, you know, has a future, but who has an opportunity in 2007 or in 2008 to run for an office that might be competitive. They, you know, the two members of the two Republicans who were defeated in New Hampshire could run against a very popular governor, John Lynch, Charlie Bass.
Charlie Bass is somebody that both of them, but particularly Charlie Bass, whose ties in the state go back generations. I mean, you could see both of those guys trying to see if the New Hampshire Republican Party isn't dead yet.
Sure.
So
I think they also want to run for their old seats, though. They think they lost in a very
in an odd year, and they'll get it back.
And they see John Lynch as somebody who won with 70%. So why run against him?
I think Jim Ryan in Kansas.
You know, if Brownback becomes the next president of the United States, Jim Ryan,
or decides not to seek, you know, somehow leaves his seat, or Ryan runs for governor. You know, Sebelius in 2010. You know, Sebelius will be done with her two terms, and Ryan would probably be a very formidable guy. The two of the guys in Indiana, I think Sodrell and Chicola, could run for some statewide office in Indiana, maybe AG, maybe something like that.
But yeah, nothing. I mean, they're probably not going to primary Mitch Daniels.
No, and I don't think. I think Chicola could run again for his old seat. I think Sodrell's done. I think you just sort of with that congressional seat. That doesn't mean he doesn't try to.
What about Hostetler? Hostetler's never been somebody who wanted to run. So I don't. I think ultimately, to get back to my point, Anne Northup is of that field, of that list, the best hope for the Republicans who lost in 2006.
And it is. You know, you start going through some of these and you realize, yeah, that's it.
Well, sure. Jim Leach probably not coming back to elective office.
Rob Simmons could run statewide.
But you know, Nancy Johnson. A lot of these were Republicans who had been in office for a long time, never had a really competitive race, or had fought off competitive challenges before, and now they're in their 60s,
and I wouldn't
70s.
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Pennsylvania guys decided to run for something. Fitzpatrick decided to run statewide for something, maybe AG or something like that.
Steps down.
And Melissa Hart was always thought of to be a rising star. She probably tries to run for her old seat. She's somebody that, and, you know, we're going to see a few rematches with these ex-reps. She's one of them that I expect to come back. From the dustbin of history, I'm not talking about Mercurio here, to a better job, kind of like anyone who comes to the hotline. Actually, we are talking about John Mercurio. Thanks for watching today. I'm Chuck Todd.
And I'm John Mercurio. I think that was a compliment, and that's how I'll take it. We'll see you tomorrow for the big show on Hotline TV.